Hey. This is going to be a good one. Apologies for the little delay, but y'all know we're coming for it today. We are coming for it today just because you know what? Christ is still on throne. Who mad? Who mad? There's a lot of people that are mad, and specifically here in Athens, GA. So we're gonna get into it. So we're not gonna delay. We are not gonna delay today. Oh, we need to scoot a little closer.
Who, me? You? What?
I'm scooting closer.
Okay.
I am Courtney Omega Doss.
And I'm Devon Doss. AKA Holiday.
I am Courtney Omega Doss. Why am I getting the feedback? Oh.
And I'm Devon Doss.
AKA. Okay.
Oh, that was mine.
Yeah.
You didn't close that window, huh?
No. But yes, we are Dos Doss, Bang. And we are here for it. I want to give a couple of shout outs before we get started because we are going to be going in and going for it. We might have some call-in. We might have some special guests today. There have been some requests. I don't know why Husband has refused, but there have been some requests to actually be up on this today. And we did not do our walk today. It started raining, y'all.
You went to sleep.
Why did I go to sleep though? Okay.
You was a little tired?
No, I wasn't a little tired. I was getting revved up. And somebody went to go make burritos.
Okay.
So you're gonna do it to me like that? You're gonna get it like that. You're gonna get it like that.
First of all.
Okay.
That's not even like you tripping. It's okay.
Anyway, so went to sleep, and then some things got rearranged, and then some calls were made, and some movement started to happen. And let me tell y'all, Athens was sad today. But why Athens sad? Why Athens sad, y'all? Why Athens sad? I have some of my own reasonings why I think Athens is sad, but
nobody's sad.
But why we mad as a people, as a diaspora, as a demographic? Why are y'all mad? And I you know what I'm listening for? I want to just share this really quick before we jump right into it. I'm really interested in the silence of certain people, right? Because the silence of certain people lets me know that they thought I was Team Kamala. That's what I'm picking up. These people that haven't reached out to me today, they really think I'm over here sad. Christ is still on throne. Why am I sad? Why should I be sad? Why you think I'm sad? So it's been a little interesting with kind of like the feedback that I'm feeling, and then what I'm seeing is on a whole nother level. What I'm seeing, people say they Persian, they friends, they said there were some angry calls made to certain districts in Georgia. They said that blue wall got cracked and they want to know. But listen, the real people, I don't want to say the real people, but those who know that when people were surprised. People were surprised when Trump won the first election in 2016. People were surprised and they were saying, they don't know how this happened. I know just how that happened because all these people that claim that they're so progressive and they're so woke and this and that. Trust me, these people are still going right in there. They're voting. They're voting they're voting with their pockets and they're voting with their conservative mind. We often have this conversation that, all of these hippies grow up to be the most conservative people you ever would imagine.
Yeah.
They'd be the ones that when they were, 20 years old, love everybody and this and that. And then when they get that job and they get that retirement and they get that money and they get these opportunities, they want to make sure they're exclusive just for them.
You know how to get started with them?
Yeah.
Bad teeth.
Oh, okay. Speak on that. I love this.
So, you know,
I love when we go a different
through,
way.
You know, 60s and the early 70s, you know, when all, you know, free love and drugs and, you know, hippie this and hippie that, living on these what do you call them?
Communes,
you know, whatever, all that stuff.
Compounds.
Right? What they forgot about is that there's no dental plan there. So they got a toothache. So he's like, oh man, I gotta go get this tooth pulled.
We're gonna have to do some dental work right now.
But then what happened was,
what happens?
They saw that dental bill.
Okay.
Say, hold up. I got another tooth that's probably gonna need to be pulled. I'm gonna need a root canal. I gotta get a job with a dental plan. And that's how it starts.
And that's how it starts. There's nobody on the in the commune that can pull teeth?
Probably not. He's probably high.
That's what they're doing with the actual drugs. Instead of administering them to patients, they're taking the drugs. Okay. So all right. I do know we want to start with the election results. I got to be honest. I just saw from a notice that Harris is giving her concession speech right now.
So amateur. So amateur.
Giving her concession speech right now. I don't know what it said. What were you waiting for? What were we waiting for? I don't know. I don't want to do this though. I want to be honest. I do not want to gloat because I do know what it's like to lose election night. I do know what it's like to lose election night. As someone who ran for office, and when the results came in election night, I was, what was I? I was 60 points out. I was 46. I was 46 points out. Interestingly enough, less than 100. My sister was 33 points out, right? I was 46 points out. But God, and y'all have to realize this. Christ is still on throne. And Christ, they said Christ turns the head of the king, right? So I went on a fast shortly after. And let me tell you the first feelings of after losing the election. I was mad. Okay, when I say I was mad, I was mad. I was hurt because the first thing that comes to mind, or first thing that you realize when you've lost an election, is you realize that people lied. There were people that said they were going to vote for you that they didn't. You realize that you realize how much money it takes to really win a campaign, and that hurts because it makes you feel very lacking. And of course, the last but definitely not least, you're mad at yourself. You're mad at yourself that you didn't do more. You know, you could have walked that extra block. You could have, spent that other $1. You should have stayed up another hour. You could have made that last call, but you didn't. So, but last but not least, you're mad at yourself, right? So then, the upcoming days after the election, there was some evidence of election day BS, because that also starts to fall out after an election. People start talking about, oh, this or that was happening. Like today, your mom was sharing that was your mom or Tanya was sharing Tanya, who oversees a election site and in New York, and said that there were some people were literally being paid to vote a certain way once they showed their ballot. Okay. After my election, this was years ago. Y'all, this was nothing for a council seat. So imagine what goes on for the presidency. This was nothing but a council seat, and there was ballot tampering. People were telling people outside the polls that my name was not on ballots, and then there was evidence of literally things being taken from my election day workers, my site workers, and literally threatened, with physical harm if they tried to get it back from them. Like my flyers were taken, my information was taken from the two of my site workers, and it was threatened, by the same person. She literally went from one site to the next threatening this person because of the fact that I did not hire her to work my campaign. The reason why I had not hired her to work my campaign was because she was a person that was she was a hired gun. Like, and people knew that. Like, she didn't really stand behind these candidates. She just, whoever was paying money, that's who she went with. And so when I got my little dollars, I didn't choose her. And I knew her from working other campaigns. And so I guess she felt like, because I didn't choose her, I now became enemy. And so she literally, like I said, she took my signs from other people. So anyway, when I went to some of my campaign workers who I thought were ace boom coon ride or dies, and I said, hey, I'm going to go to, and at the time I was a member of a church, the Church of Christ in Coconut Grove, that the pastor's wife, she worked at the election board office, right? So I was like, I was telling my campaign workers, I'm going to go to her and tell her about these complaints. Like, literally, one of my campaign workers had videotaped the lady snatching the stuff from her and pushing her. Like, this was all on camera. And the oldest member of my campaign team, she said, I don't think you should make those complaints. You're just looking like a sore loser at this point. I'm like, this was not like thousands or hundreds of votes. Like, this was literally like about 40 votes, 47 votes or so. And it wasn't like, I'm a sore loser and, it was no way I was going to make it. Like, as you would say, I could have walked them down. Like, there was proof enough, I felt like, between these two precincts that what she did was enough to, alter a couple of votes.
It doesn't matter what she did, is voter interference or whatever, so it's illegal. Mm-hmm. You go to jail for that kind of stuff.
It was, but she was like, oh, she made me feel real bad. And so I didn't. And I was like, I didn't. Also,
this chick, was she like a big woman or something?
Who, the one that
was snatching and pushing and stuff like that?
She wasn't big, but she was definitely known to fight men and beat men. Like, she wasn't big, but she was definitely, like, she was one of those. Like, she was really strong, and she was like, she was older. She was older in the community, so everybody knew her. And she was definitely, she was strong. She was strong. She was a fighter. Her name was Liza. So God bless, Liza, still living. But yeah, it was her. And
ain't nothing a stick can't handle. I mean,
but this is hindsight, babe. You talking about? See, I always say, you think about like you. But I'm down there. I got two littles.
I'm not even talking about you. She ain't push and snatch stuff from you. But I'm like
and the person that she pushed and snatched stuff for was even smaller than me, though. She was a little Hispanic girl. She was a little Claudia. Look, my little Hispanic. Cheers to you, Claudia. My little Hispanic worker.
This is my thing. Like, I don't understand.
And I'm not sounding racist. That's what she referred to herself as.
Like, okay. I'm using myself as an example.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's where you go wrong.
No, because
you do.
Nah, because I'm like, at what point do you be like, yo, like, make a fist? Only thing is going to listen. One thing I've learned over the years, a punch in the face hurts, but you know what? Eventually, that pain subsides.
Yeah.
Cuts and bruises heal. Black eyes eventually go away. Split lips heal. All these things heal.
True indeed, but still.
And hold up, because look, up until after my sophomore year, right between sophomore and junior year, when I hit that growth spurt, I was a little dude. And especially back in like elementary and junior high, which is middle school now. Here, call it junior. We call it junior high.
We call it junior high too. I think it's just a generational thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
I think
so. Like I was a little guy.
Yeah.
But I would throw these hands without hesitation. And I took pride in beating on big dudes. Like,
but again, you're using yourself as an example. Like, that wasn't me.
But what I'm saying is, like, where's the pride? Like, yo, I'm not gonna let somebody push me.
Okay, but see, once again, that's hindsight. So we may be in this situation in now, but I'm talking about what happened to me as I was there.
And again,
I got this advisement from the oldest member of my team to not pursue any type of legal legal action. Okay. And I felt honestly like I let Claudia down, because she was literally physically, assaulted.
It's
Yeah,
assault.
she was physically assaulted.
I mean, listen, if you ain't go fight, at least be a snitch and tell.
What she did, she told me, she brought the evidence to me, like I said, she had it on video, and I showed it to my team. And yeah, the like everybody else was silent, but the oldest one was like, I think at this point, like a sore loser. You just need to, bow out.
She knew that big brawny broad, and was trying to save him. Coconut Grove is small, right?
Yeah, small.
Yeah,
so she for sure knew her. Yeah.
They probably had lunch the day before together.
Oh, they didn't have no lunch. My person, she operated on a certain side of Coconut Grove. She didn't go over to the other side of Coconut Grove. And she was one of the ones that when she went over to the other precinct, they told her, they said, you don't know her. They were like, she was like, I knew her mom, or of her mom, that she's a good person. And they were like, no, she not one of us. And I was like, yeah. And it was like, and we're going to get into that, because that's something I have been told consistently throughout different pockets of my life, my whole life. I'm not one of us. Yeah, I'm not one of us. And I'm just like, what is that?
You moved around a lot. So
yeah.
That's why they say
it? Somewhat, yeah. I think that might have been a big reason too. But I've never felt like, even when I was at home, I was like, I was never. I wasn't like, I'm just not typical. Like, I'm not typical. For Black people that like to say we are not a monolith, we sure like to treat each other like we are a monolith. We don't like if we don't eat at a certain place, if we don't like a certain thing, if we don't dress a certain way. And like I said, when I was growing up, I could never get my hair done enough for Black girls. Black girls were brutal on that. If I had my hair in braids, they had to have fresh braids in 2 more weeks. And it's like, if anybody knows, braids are not cheap. Braids are expensive. And but there were some girls that were able to do that. And it was just always just kind of weird that I always was in that pocket of, conversation of, I need to get my hair done. And this has happened my whole life. So, and that's why I say I feel the most freest right now with, I don't do nothing to my hair, but, make sure I got my dye in.
Yeah, let's get into this election.
Yeah, we are into the election.
I want to get into this election.
Okay, so again,
wait,
I want to lay down some rules before we get into it.
Before we do that, give your shout outs.
My shout outs to we had some people coming through with this Kingdom Over Culture the merch today. This is one of our other. This is not a Kingdom Over Culture shirt, but we had some people that have literally y'all have come through for the Dos Das designs. We had Commissioner Fisher. Absolutely, thank you so much for the biggest contribution this week to our 501(c) campaign here in Athens, Georgia, for Decolored Only Cafe. Y'all, we still here. Someone said they're gonna wake up tomorrow and they're gonna find out they in chains. Where? Okay, that's what they said. That's what they said. But we over here. Hold up. So the Colored Only Cafe is over here and thriving.
Hold up. I'm doing shout outs.
Yes. And then we want to give a big shout out to Sir Andy Williams, always the hood president. Okay, Andy Williams and his beautiful wife have picked up made a contribution, and definitely will be receiving those shirts. And please make sure y'all know what to do when y'all get those shirts. Make sure you definitely flex in them, okay? Because it is Kingdom Over Culture all day over here. And it's even, you got the special sleeving emblem. This is how you know it's official, okay? With that official logo, that Lolo, that logo. It is the Colored Only Cafe logo, okay? So perfect for the lapel and for your sleeves. And that only is going out on the shirts that are distributed during this fundraiser. So please make sure you get them. And we will be giving out one tonight, okay, to a lucky member. And the raffle to win this is only $5. Okay. And so please, 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 I'm about to put our banner up. Make sure you make this contribution, because again, thanks to lovely Koja Malik, we are officially underway with our filing fees. But as anybody knows with nonprofits, that is only the beginning. We've only just begun. It is a lot of nonprofit. It is a lot of filing fees that go into becoming a 501(c). So nonprofit, we're official, but to have the 501(c) status, we are a little ways to go. So please, let's continue to contribute. And last but not least, we want to acknowledge Asia. Hello, and we are getting prepared. We are loving getting prepared for her International Day of Prayer, which is approaching. I believe it is going to be in January. I believe in January, but it might be in April. But I might be thinking April because her name is Asia. So those are our contributors this week, our big time MVPs. But please, please make sure you put your contributions in. So those are my shout outs.
And y'all need to kind of hurry up because I just took another couple orders today.
Yeah. And we're only doing to keep our load light, because we are still managing pantry and getting prepared for our Bigger Visions Thanksgiving event, as well as our Gather and Give event. We are only doing we're setting a certain quota for how many shirts we're doing every week, just so that we can stay on top of it. We don't want to get under, we have orders and we ain't got the shipments going out. So please make sure we only have a couple of more slots ready to fill.
Right now we dealing with a one-man crew. I'm about to start recruiting some kids. They just don't know it yet.
Wow. They really don't. That's even a surprise to me. Sweatshop antics. Sweatshop antics.
But it's a one-man crew, so we kind of got to streamline a little bit there.
Yes.
But we coming along. So
those are the shout outs for this week. So make sure you make that shout out board for our next What in the Word Wednesday, y'all, because we have some great shows lined up. I just feel rejuvenated and re-energized because y'all, again, Christ is still on throne, and we know this. And somebody let me know where Brother Bakari is at, because he had a lot to say. Now, he was talking big about Jim Crow Joe last election, but he sat up there with this whole lesser of the two evils talk this election. But y'all, again, Christ is still.
This is what I understand with guys like him. With this lesser of two evils, what makes her the lesser?
Yeah, good question.
What truly makes her the lesser?
Good question.
Because from where I stand, I can't. I mean, she is.
Tell her to tune in. Tell her to tune in. Tell her to pick up 10.
I thought I turned this off.
You might have that. Might be the rest of the shirts right there. You might tell her.
I know, right?
Pick them up.
So. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. That was my.
You said what makes it the lesser of the two?
What makes it the lesser two? Because when you look at these two, right? Trump is he's abrasive. He's a New Yorker.
And that's a great way to describe him. Because somebody likes to say to me that nah, but there's definitely an energy with these New Yorkers. Y'all already know.
And it is what it is. He probably says some things he probably shouldn't, but who doesn't? He definitely doesn't really have a filter. And I don't know when he became this big time racist, because
y'all, we in double digits. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
When you scroll back, this guy has been, taking pictures with every rapper, politicians, You know, like this dude was like, you know, and people forget at one time he ran as a Democrat.
Amen.
Okay, he didn't get the support, so he switched to the Republican side, and now look at him. He's sitting in the White House for a second time. Okay, so did he become a racist when he said, "The hell with the Dems"? Did he become a racist when he said what he said about the Central Park boys? Because let me tell you something. I was in the city then, and everybody in the city thought them boys was guilty.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Shoddy police work and you know, a bungled defense is why them boys got convicted.
And last time I checked, the that DA was what? Democrat, was she not?
Very much so.
Was she not? Cheers.
Very much so.
Cheers, boys.
So you know, like, so they saying he's a racist, he's this, he's all these things. You know.
Cheers.
The last time he was in office. Now I'm not a big expert on finances and things of this nature and the economy and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I am.
Okay, so somebody said, I heard that the count for the ballot is still going. And it is, but it can continue.
The count for what ballot?
That's the count, the official counts for the ballot. It's not about, so this is what happened during the Gore and the Bush race.
And your chads.
The ballot count can still go on, but it was who reached the 270 first. So it's not to say that she wasn't going to reach them, that she wasn't going to get the popular vote or what have you. But as far as the electoral college, it is who reached it first. And, you know, but I think even with the popular vote, it was too far ahead. Oh, hey, Diamond Princess. Hey, you still in California? Come on, Cali. Come on. Hey, we have to do a show soon. We are, we're revving up for our Wednesday guest again, because we have been, you know, we usually do our what in the word because it's our date night. So we used to do our what in the word, but I'm getting that. You know how we do when we get those guests. It's a different energy, it's a different flow, and I'm getting back into the hang of that, where I want to get guests back on, guests back in here and have that more routine. Yeah, I am. If Trump moves, I move out of this sorry country. Okay, so that's interesting. So you in California, you tell me for real, Diamond Princess, if Trump wins, he has one. I think Harris is giving her concession speech as we speak right now. I've just got this notice in, but who is that?
That's Panita.
Is
Auntie tripping?
No, well, this is what a lot of people think. I told you, and listen what Sister said. She said she's leaving the country. No, y'all, this is a serious question. Serious question to you, sis, because you're in California.
I'm sorry. I was still distracted.
Tell me, I thought California. And mind you, my grandmother loved San Francisco. She lived there, but this was many years ago. From what I have seen, California is like it's the epitome of, this is where literally I think out of the top 10 most expensive places to live, it has like 5, where homelessness is such at a high rate. There is Amnesty International. You're talking about soft borders. And I would love to know where you're moving. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I need to know what country are you moving to, because I promise you, any country that you're moving to they have borders. They have rules about entrance, and they take it from me myself, because even as you all might remember, my plan before I got married was to relocate, was repat back to Africa. That was my big plan. It really was. And there were so many things that I needed to take care of and I had to do before that even happened. There are certain places in Africa that you can't, no matter, you cannot buy land, you cannot buy property if you are not, if you're not a native citizen. Not to say you're not a current citizen, you can live there all you want, but if you are not a native to that country, you cannot buy this property. So you gotta get married to somebody there. You gotta, family up. You gotta tribe up with somebody. So I think the more people that say that, and don't get me wrong, like I said, don't get it twisted. I do believe, absolutely, I know that America, we have issues, absolutely. But like I said, Christ is still on throne, no matter where I lay my head or call home. And I just know that when it comes to policies and when it comes to politics, U.S. has become very lax, and they became lax in order to supplement a demographic that they knew was not going to carry them in this election.
And this is here's the thing, right? Because from the gate they was setting up the black man to take the fall.
They were.
If Trump won,
they were.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm a part of that demographic. Because there is no way on this God's green earth I would have ever cast a vote for Kamala Harris or anybody on that Democratic side. Not saying that I would definitely went, Republican, because, like I said, this is not, for me, there was no such thing as a lesser two evils when it came to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it just goes to show, once again, the black man has the power. We just got to know it. We just have to know it.
But let's also be clear. According to the numbers, black men overwhelmingly did vote for Kamala Harris. But I think Trump doubled his support from black men.
He was able to flip some.
It doubled to 20% from the 10% in 2016. But overwhelmingly, for Kamala, black men did overwhelmingly vote for Kamala.
I'm gonna say this, because they got shamed into doing it.
I think some were just already going to anyway. I think really what Obama did and what Magic Johnson did and all that was just kind of like it was unnecessary. It was like, I remember one time my dad told me, I was on my way to go take my bath. And my dad told me, go take your bath. And y'all, I sat in that bathroom for 3 hours. I ain't taking no bath. That's how mad I was. Because I was on my way to take the bath. How dare you tell me to take the bath? So I think that the backlash that came out, these men were already going to vote for Kamala. They had no problem. But I think just being told or being checked or being being chastised, I think that definitely it definitely does something, because men do not like being told to do something that to being told to do something and then to be told to do something that they were already going to do. Just kind of, it rubs some salt in the wounds, y'all.
And it's this, with this election too, it's like a lot of times, like I'll watch the results, but I'll be elsewhere, like my attention will be elsewhere. And I'll kind of like flick back and forth. All right, where's the number? Okay. But this election was kind of different, and I just really didn't like this, bro. I really didn't. Not only that, but a guy I respect and grew up with. Like I'm literally like I was about to block him. I was about to block him on IG. I think it's IG, Facebook, whatever. One of these things. I was about to block him. Like just like you know what? I don't even want to deal with this dude. I don't want to see him. None of this. And this is like, again, this is a guy that has been in my house. You know what I mean? And then I realized something, like, even though we not where we were, say, 20 years ago or whatever it was, like he's still in New York, I'm down in Georgia, and I think I've seen him like once in like the last, since I've been home, like once I've seen him. That's when I went over to Miriam and Holler at him, whatever. But other than that, I haven't seen him. We haven't spoken. But I said, damn, is this really worth me like say burning a bridge or cutting somebody off over politics? That it really doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because there is no way under any circumstances that either one of these candidates would have ever had the best our best interest at heart. The only time the Democrats really even pay attention to what's going on is during election year, midterms, whatever kind of election is going on. This is when they decide they want to come through, maybe open up some basketball courts, sprinkle a couple of little, pennies in the hood or whatever, and come on out to vote. Hey, we can't lose any seats. All the so garbage. It's the only time they care. That's the only time they ever care.
Yeah.
And then when somebody like Trump says black jobs, you get offended. You should be offended how your freaking apartments look, how these projects look. That's what you should be offended by. But you're not. You should be offended how you're living, not because somebody said some words on the stage. Are you kidding me?
I love that.
That's ridiculous.
I love that. Right
That's
on to that.
Offended.
That's when you should be offended.
Be offended how every election.
This is who they roll out. They roll this out.
Run to these polls and vote blue.
Be offended that to the first engagement that was done featured Megan Thee Stallion shaking her butt, twerking. Okay, be offended at that. Be ashamed. Be insulted on that.
Crotch grab for the win.
Okay, now, and I love you, brother. I do, but hey, I said that yes, we may all be looking at some of these things that this man has said, and they sound repulsive and ridiculous. But tell me, does it sound more ridiculous than walls supporting putting tampons in boys' bathrooms?
Come on.
Does it sound more ridiculous than a person born a male gets female athlete of the year?
It gets worse. Talk about it. Yo, you know what? I gotta listen, and it's crazy too that I'm on this page right here because I wrote this down a couple days ago, and I was flipping back looking for a page to do something. It don't even matter, and I just left it right there. So let me put my glasses on so I can see some stuff.
But I wanted to go back to the point where
hold on a second, because I'm about to double down on your what's name.
Okay.
So on several magazines, you got Women of the Year who are transgender. Start off as men, ended as women, right? The top ranking female in the White House right now is a transgender. And they calling her a female. Swimmer of the Year, female swimmer of the year.
What do you mean top ranking female in the White House?
Whatever it is.
He's a senator?
No,
well, what do you mean in the White House?
Top ranking aide. Like he's I forget the actual title.
Oh, is an actual born male that is a female.
And they got it listed as the top ranking female in the White House, not boxer.
Thank you.
And female swimmer of the year, transgender. Then you got the face of womanhood for Bud Light, Nike, Kate Spade. I think that's a makeup company.
It's a designer.
Designer. Mm-hmm. And these are all transgenders. And this is the one this is the kicker.
Kate Spade is not transgender.
Yeah, the face. Yeah, it's
the face of Kate Spade.
Yeah.
Okay, not the actual designer.
No, not the designer.
Okay, yeah, okay, like okay. That's what I said. Well, Kate Spade is not a. Ooh.
And like I think it was Golden Globes. The best actress.
Transgender. Oh yeah, that's what you said. Yeah.
Freaking dude.
Yeah. Good point.
And this is my question.
Good point.
Right. Well, it's not my question, but I seen something else and somebody brought this up, and I was like, That's very interesting. I never thought about this. Where are all where's all these big time feminists? Because the face of your womanhood are men. They're men. So where is all this I am woman, hear me roar? You're silent. So now so now the face of feminism is dudes. Where you at? Huh? Nah, let's talk about it. But this is what old girl was gonna push. This is the agenda she was gonna push. But it is what it is. So if y'all want your little baby boys to be get their penises hacked off and things of this nature, that's what y'all was looking forward to.
I still find it appalling and just concerning that so many people that claim to be believers, saw that this woman was fit to align themselves with her and using biblical principles to do so. I can't remember the last time I saw so many. I want to be very clear when I say this, Black pastors, because y'all came for Donnie Swaggart when he called the task the Black church, and y'all saying, well, we don't want to hear from you because where were you when? And I hear you, and I heard what my husband had to say as well. It's a message that definitely needs to be said, but you have no right to say this message. Okay. But I'm wondering personally, how is it that Black churches have become so aligned with this foolishness? And y'all, one too many of us think that LGBTQ community rights is Black lives rights, civil rights, human rights, all synonymous.
It ain't.
And it's not. And we've been shown this time and time again that it is not. And let me tell you a big reason why I think this is the case. That is not. It comes down to familiarity, and it comes down to identifying. And it is easier for people that hate and do not care for Black people, do not appreciate nor acknowledge the privilege that comes along with their skin color, with white skin color, no matter the economic status of these people, right? They refuse to acknowledge that. They refuse to address it. But it's very easy for them to see how their child, their sister, their cousin, their aunt, their uncle, their mom, their dad, their grandparent, their grandchildren can be affected and impacted by discriminatory practices that happen to the LGBT community. That is what is the main thing that they're pushing. It is not to say, okay, now we can acknowledge and appreciate, and we're aware, and we are atoning for what we have taken part in with African Americans and how we have disregarded and dismissed and belittled and just not and betrayed our Black friends. No. It is you push for who you identify with. And I think was it David Banner that said that it's not that Black people aren't racist. That we aren't racist. We're not racist enough. We're not racist enough. We're not going to do that. We're going to be very much it. And I'm going to speak truth, and I'm going to speak from transparency, because even with so as you all know, the name of our business, the name of the business is the Colored Only Cafe. The name of our ministry, and it's a food ministry that caters to it caters with a pantry as well as a free food cafe, and it says colored only. I often, if not daily, have to explain to someone that, first of all, the colored only conversation is because of the type of foods that we prioritize in the pantry and in the ingredients for our meals. But secondly, last time I checked, every time I ever got a box of Crayola, maybe not markers, never markers, but definitely crayon boxes, Crayola, there were many shades, and they all were inclusive with something of white, whether it was white, gray, peach. There were different skin tones, but white was always in there. So white is still a color. So the fact that people would go immediately to saying, okay, well, this is a racist establishment. How now, brown cow? No pun intended. Because you will have no problem eating at a Cracker Barrel, and where they have literally sold nooses and all types of racist propaganda. They have sold this in their gift shops, things that have been tied to racial epitaphs and things that have been tied to um, uh, polarizing and offensive languages. You have no problem eating there, but when you find out that, and I always have said, I dare say, if I were a envelopian, if I was a Caucasian that owned the Color Only Cafe, it would be applauded. It would be welcomed. It would be absolutely progressive, and it would be an incredible, incredibly what would they call it? They would call it groundbreaking. But no, because I'm saying that, hey, colored foods are the best foods that you can eat. And colored food is not necessarily fried chicken and typical soul food. We put a different flair, different spin on what colored eating is, and what food for the soul is, as opposed to soul food. So this is definitely concerning. Absolutely. Okay, you don't eat at Denny's. You refuse to eat there. I just never thought their food was that great.
Me too.
I just never thought food was so great. I do know for a while we did the whole boycott of Denny's with definitely just saying, because it was tied to a lot of racist stuff that was going on. But y'all, I just stopped eating at Denny's. I had to make a decision that the food just wasn't that good. The food just wasn't that. It wasn't my type of food. Like I love a good meal. I really do. But I'm not a big breakfast eater, because breakfast just made me want to go back to bed. And so yeah, I like me a little brunch, and I like me a lot of dinner. I was the one that was always going to Denny's when I would go in college. And I was the one that everybody else was ordering tutti fruttis. I was ordering mozzarella sticks and like a salad, and like, that crazy, you killing the vibe. Like, they want to, pick off each other's plates. Nobody was trying to eat that at 8:00 in the morning. I was getting them to start that lunch menu early, things like that. But yeah, I hear you. Shell gas station was another, but a lot of people, like, we'll say Denny's, and we'll say, sometimes we say Shell. I remember International House of Pancake. They had a lawsuit a few years back, especially the ones in Philadelphia, and particularly the one that we used to visit, because we lived in the Northeast. We lived in the Northeast in Philly, but people don't have to talk about Chick-fil-A. Oh no, y'all love Chick-fil-A, but y'all don't realize y'all don't appreciate, or y'all don't acknowledge Chick-fil-A is one of the biggest donors, the biggest contributors to Republican campaigns. Same thing with Publix. Love Publix. But this is we have these talks when it's convenient. So that's why I said we can sit around and we can entertain people talking about Donald Trump is racist, but is your boss racist? Y'all sitting around mad, and y'all at University of Georgia. Y'all work for University of Georgia. If it is the plantation still active in Athens, Georgia, University of Georgia is it. And y'all don't have no problem going to cash your checks from there. And we have been told by many people, hey, if you are a nonprofit and if you are not involved with University of Georgia, then you're behind the 8 ball, because they're the ones that give the most money with these grants. But they also have been the ones that have destroyed Black communities, that were the last, and I do mean the last, of Southern schools. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. And only y'all. This is how bad it was. Segregation was illegal, but they still refused to walk to Black students, and so one of them had to go to Kentucky. I said, anytime you got to go to Kentucky and get your degree, it's bad. I mean, it's like, that you just missed Mississippi. You had to go to Kentucky to get the degree. University of Georgia would not let her walk. So, his victory speech was actually good. You know what I would say about that victory speech, y'all? And I'm gonna give a shout out to y'all know who, Mr. JD Vance. Cause y'all, JD bit his tongue. Because let me tell you, if JD was really how they've been trying to trump, no pun intended. I think I have a feeling I'm gonna be saying that a lot over the next couple of days. But they've been trying to trump him up, that he's trying to undermine, Trump, because he said
that crap last night.
Yeah, he did. But because he has the education that could do it, and he also has he's just a sharper way with words, because of the legal. Y'all know how these legal eagles be, honey. It's just, you just know your way around. You wear the way around some language. But he had a real opportunity to last night, but he kept that thing brief. He kept that thing very, very respectful, and he got on and off, because let me tell you, if anybody can single-handedly say, they said, hey, man, this thing needs saving. And Donald Trump did say that when he brought him up. He said, these other, VP candidates, when I would say, hey, you got to go into the fire with this person and that person, they'd be like, oh, well, let's kind of walk that back. Let's figure out another angle, this and that. But JD was like, yeah, I'll do it. And let me tell you, baby, on that VP debate, baby, hillbilly effigy was born. It was born. Yes. Exactly. He kept it very, very short, very respectful, but he could have definitely taken that moment to say, hey, I put this thing on my back. Because it was not great talks around what happened at that presidential debate when it came to Donald Trump and Kamala. But JD said, hey, hold my mason jar. I got this. And did it. So I definitely feel that they were already saying, there's going to be some undermining. JD is the one to watch. He's going to be, he's going to be really leading a lot of these conversations and leading a lot of this legislation, because he has a skill set that Donald Trump does not have. But people don't realize that Donald Trump doesn't have, because he hasn't needed it. I think when it comes down to business,
this is what a good leader does. This is what a good president does. You surround yourself with a team to do what you can't do.
Yeah. Well, I think with Donald, I don't know. I think that if he could, he would. Yeah. If he could, he would. I think if he could, he would. I think that he definitely recognizes that he hasn't had to. Donald Trump says what he's going to say. Like I said, like
to his advisors a little more on this one.
I don't know. Because you know what? I don't even know who his advisors were, because he didn't even have the same one.
Nah, but
that's what was funny about
debate.
This.
You can't tell me that.
They said he listened to his kids a lot more with this one, and I think that shows that, because he appealed to a younger. He appealed to a younger audience. Donald Trump had the younger votes. He had the younger votes, which Kamala's team thought was very surprising. Because y'all, let me tell you, the Democrats were totally trying to cater to a generation of mentally ill and addicted generation. A generation of mentally ill specimen and addiction in some type of phase of addiction recovery, addiction relapse, addiction looking, addiction functioning. They were catering to that demographic. That's who they were catering to. That's why you can say you are whatever you are. You know, if you want to identify as this today, as that tomorrow, all this love who you want to love, and listen, it is not a hate, and I want to point that out, that it is not a hate that I think fueled this victory. I think what it was an awareness of what reality really is when it sets in. Because at the end of the day, you can say all day talking about some abortion or women's rights, but at the end of the day, when you're asking your question, how many women do you know that really went through this process or procedure because they were in danger of losing their lives, or they were a victim of a sexual assault, or they were participating, whether forcefully or willingly, in incestuous relationship? How many times have you? Like I said, I think that this election really offered the opportunity for people to take realistic looks at these conversations they've been having. Because, you know, you can laugh with your girlfriend here and there, but when y'all actually start talking about these issues, you telling me you don't remember when she laughed and said, "Oh, she got money from so and so to pay for a procedure that wasn't, because baby wasn't even his, but she got money from this dude, so she slept with this dude just to get money just to come up and say she was pregnant from him." Because y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I've heard those stories. And I've been around, and like I said, I've lived in several states, and I've been around several different conversations in several different classes of women, and the deceitfulness and the manipulation that they encourage and promote in these circles is absolutely, it ain't nothing kingdom about it. It ain't nothing kingdom about it. Absolutely. I missed a couple of comments. I'm gonna get them up here. But babe, you had something to say before we move on to the next topic, because we're closing in on the hour.
Yeah, I think a lot of not a lot, but I think some of this is just backlash that, you know what, people are just tired of this the rainbow gang. Because right now, they're a pack of bullies. You know, and like, I'm a guy who like, you know, I'm trying to phrase this without cursing. But, you know, I'm like, F a bully. Like, let's get it. You know, let's go. And you know, what you people claim to hate and despise, you've become. You know, and when you look at, you know, on social media, like they're starting to become violent.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, they're being
anytime you got some old women pushing on.
No, I'm not even talking about them.
Okay.
That's just carrying crap.
Yeah. I'm talking about saying the rainbow gang in general.
Like, them, they're becoming violent, and because they know if you put your hands on them, it's a hate crime.
Yeah. It's
a hate crime.
They want you to hit them. They want you to hit them.
So this is they're using these things to their advantage. You know, you have a difference of opinion. They scream, they holler. You know, and you try to be calm, but they pushing it, and they pushing buttons. And like I said, if you react and you knock one of their tops off, it's a hate crime. Mm. So I think what's happening is there's a pushback. People are tired. Like, yo, listen, your lie can't become my truth. Okay? This is like, nah, my hat ain't blue. It's green. We know it ain't green. We know it's blue. But my lie can't become your truth.
Come on.
And people are tired of this crap.
Come on.
People tired of this crap. And I think some of what happened last night with this election, this is it. And you can't tell me parents aren't getting sick and tired of this garbage that's going on in these schools. With this, this what they call it?
This gender equal with the
no, not that. The
athlete.
He, she, they, them, us, we, that.
Oh yeah, the non-binary.
What do they call that crap?
It's just your pronouns.
Your pronouns.
Your pronouns. Yeah.
So you telling me?
Call me pronouns.
My child can go to school, right? I named the boy Timmy, but he says he wants to be called Samantha. And you will call him Samantha and not pick the phone like, yo, what's going on in the home? Whatever he wants to call her Samantha. Because he has private. No, he is a child. If there's something going on in that school dealing with my child, I have every right to know. No matter what it is. If the boy or girl get a goddamn splinter, I want to know. But the fact that they can hold these things back and just be like, no, parents is getting tired of that. The situations like that. Like my cousin had a situation with that. But when we get off, I'm gonna tell you about that too.
Yeah. I know a while back you were.
But if we have new developments, it's for the good too. Yeah. So but because she out of school now. But anyway, yeah, like parents are getting tired of these things, and this is the crap that this so-called Democratic Party is pushing. This is the for the people party. They ain't for nobody but themselves and whatever crappy agenda that they pushing. But this is the stuff that they pushing. This is the agenda that they moving forward with, and people are tired. People are tired. If you ain't running with this LGBTQTD XYZ whatever, then you're wrong. Then I'm some kind of racist. I'm some kind of sexist. I'm a misogynist. This and you turn me into a villain. You turn me into because I don't want to believe your lie.
Come on.
Because your reality is warped, and I'm not willing to accept it. Like no, I don't want you teaching my kids that. There's no way a 10-year-old should be learning lessons on masturbation. There's no way a 10-year-old should be in conversations about what's gay and what's this and what's that. There's no way a 10-year-old should have the right to make a decision as to they want to cut their breasts off, or they want to cut their penis off, or they want to add a penis on. Are you kidding me? You're 10.
10.
At 18, you don't even know what you want. You tell me you know what you want at 10? Come on. Let's be real about this. But this is the party that these people are pushing.
Oh, the policies.
The policy.
Yes. Yeah.
This is the policy that this party is pushing. And this is the policies that would have us destroy the family unit. Because that's what that does.
That's what it does.
It destroys the family unit.
This tells them that families can be anything that you dream up.
Negative.
That is not. That is
negative.
Not the case. And absolutely, God is still in control.
You know what?
Christ is still on throne.
You know
and
what?
Guess what? Jesus is still Lord.
Yeah, somebody put that in, wasn't it? You know what?
Jesus is.
I just added some questions to our job, right? And one of the questions in there, I'm just go ahead because it kind of fits, right? It says, what do you feel the purpose of marriage is?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question.
don't want you to answer it because, like I said, there's a question.
I know it's in the drop.
Normally, we don't tell what the questions are, but this goes to what I'm saying right now. Now, me personally, the purpose of marriage is to keep that family unit going, to keep your lineage going.
That's great.
If Bob and Harry gets married, or if Sally and Jill get married, how do your lineage keep going?
First of all, it's a 75% chance that they're going to get divorced.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like how, but they probably just hook up with another broad.
Yeah.
So, like, how do your lineage keep going? How does your bloodline keep going?
I think I would be a good wife to a woman.
You wouldn't.
Why?
You wouldn't.
Why?
You don't want to give control. She's probably not going to want to give
control.
What
do you mean I don't want to give control? Yeah, you're not gonna. I'm good at submitting.
You're going to be like, what? You going to go clean them dishes. Yeah.
I don't even tell you to clean them dishes. I just leave them there. I have my motives. I have my,
But what I'm saying is, to me, that's the purpose of marriage, to keep that going. How do you keep that going? There's a scenario that they put out there. A few months back, I seen this. You take 100 transgenders, you put them on an island.
Yeah.
100 years later, you got 200 or 100 whatever.
You have
skeletons.
Skulls, yeah.
That's all you got.
Skeletons, yeah.
Because there is no way for you to reproduce.
There's no continuum. There's no continuum. There's no continuum.
Now you could take 50 women and 10 dudes. You're probably gonna have a thriving society in 100 years. Mm-hmm. Or vice versa. Switch them around. It doesn't make a difference because there's an opportunity for reproduction. There's no opportunity for reproduction when you have this kind of situation. So if there's no opportunity for reproduction, there's no opportunity for the family to grow. The family doesn't grow, the family dies.
And this is what it gets me, y'all, because y'all know. So what we're trying to do here is establish a couple of different. We're trying to figure out a nice. I don't want to say nice, but we're trying to figure out a inclusive formula for building a village, right? Because it does take all types. It does, but it blows my mind and confuses me a bit when, because we've been looking at some different villages and how they set up things, and it blows my mind when they say, our, people come here and they are victims of, DV, and so, they don't have any males, but then they'll say she just had a baby.
Hey, I guess
what? They've been here how many years? They came here as a victim of DV. And they've been here for 4 years, and she has a 2-year-old. So what something is wrong. Now you a victim of DV. Trust me, my heart goes out. I was in a situation that could have gotten there, and it didn't. And I, thankfully for the wisdom of my father, imparting that on me to leave that situation, and for literally me to leave it, not go back. So I understand. It is hard to leave those situations. Trust me, I get it. But you've succeeded, ma'am. You've moved to a place that's supportive, where you have free housing. You have your children are, they are being taken care of. How do we find our way back to something that created now another child? These are real questions, y'all, that too many of us are afraid to ask, that too many of us are, you don't want to be judging them. And that, no, because I really need to know, as, like I said, we're looking for how to build and how to address some of these same things, of course. But it has become a consistent conversation amongst these communities that, they want to create spaces that are safe for women that are escaping this. They want to create a support system for single moms. How do you continue to become a single mom? How do you continue that? And I will say this because I know we need to close out on this particular conversation. There were a couple of things I wanted to address tonight because it is What in the Word Wednesday. But I will finish out by saying this, that I do not think that, again, we are a monolith. I do not like how if you're perceived to have issues with this, and that must mean you have issues with this, and that must mean you support this and you like this. And it does not. It does not. You know, my mom used to have a saying. She used to say, what he or she does not change the price of tea in China. And for a long time, I used to be like, well, what the heck? What does that even mean? Because I was a very literal, still am. I need to know what does change the price of tea in China. Then what does change it? You know, why does that matter? The price of tea in China. But, you know, basically, it is a understanding and appreciation that your culture and your customs have nothing to do with what I got going on here. And so why would you think that because I'm a Black woman that has a business that I should be absolutely in support of someone who has conveniently become Black, not even a Black woman, but somebody who is a woman of color. Let's give her that at the very minimum, a woman of color saying, well, you know, what you need to do is allow for these people to identify whatever way they want to identify and support these women rights, support abortion and murder, and let it be, you know, looked at as women rights. Like the fact that this is supposed to be all inclusive. This is supposed to be the combo. No, ma'am, no, sir. No, ma'am, no, sir. I'm not going to do it. So, again, congratulations, Trump. Congratulations, JD Vance. I'll be looking and watching, but like I said, I'm not concerned about who's in the White House. I'm concerned about my father's house.
Yeah, go out the PPEs.
That's the village. I didn't try to get a PPP the first time. I ain't trying to get one now. Most people mad at me that I voted for him and he won. They said it's my fault. Wow. Well, you know, you can't give the blessings without don't. I gotta take the bitters with the straights, right? The curves with the straights, and the blessings with the curse, right? So with these same people, like you said, if people really felt like they were better off under a Biden presidency, than they would have chose. But I wholeheartedly feel like I voted for Trump. This is the first time ever I voted for Trump. I have never voted for him before. And like I said, it's not that I didn't like Trump. I thought, okay, you know, he's cool, whatever. But I just didn't see him as a leader. But when it came to this, I really did feel led by God to make sure that I cast my vote and to be vocal about it, not to do this in shame or in private. And if I lose some supporters, I lose some supporters. But I ain't gonna lose God for nobody. I'm not gonna lose God for nobody. So that's but we're okay. So the next topic for discussion was supposed to be, because we are a part of a Torah club and we meet on Thursdays, and we have been saying this for months that we wanted to sit down with a Hebrew Israelite, but this election talk and our contact or plug into the Hebrew Israelites, some brothers from the Hebrew Israelites, we were unable to confirm something right now. So I want to table that for today.
Okay.
And so we move into our last topic.
What's the last topic? I thought that was the last topic.
No, it's election results. It was our Kingdom Over Culture giveaway.
Oh.
And my phone has died, so I'm sorry if anyone has made a Cash App raffle for the Kingdom Over Culture shirts. The raffle is only $5. So my phone is died, and that's the only place where I can see my Cash App. my Cash App notifications. So we're going to just leave the link up. And if you want to go ahead and enter the raffle, we will announce that we're going to shoot to do another show on Friday, this Friday, November 8th. And we will announce a winner then. And we will get you this Kingdom Over Culture t-shirt. And please make sure to join this campaign. Join this campaign to not only support the 501(c) filing, but also to wear this brand proudly. That this is
one of the on the shirt. Should I get it a little bit?
Yeah, you should. Yes. Oh. Okay. Wear the brand proudly. We are not going to be.
See, wait.
That is our seed because these shirts are the only ones that we are printing out during this fundraiser.
It wasn't part of the fundraiser.
It wasn't part of the fundraiser. Okay. And we will still have merch, but these are really special. So we really want you all to get with that and get involved with them. We don't have any more. There was a off the count, but you probably didn't know him. He was a people in the journalism world are doing very well. Brother Glover, I believe he was from California.
Glover?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. I think his name's Chauncey. Or Chauncey or Chance. Oh my gosh. Chauncey I Glover. Apologize. Like I said, we are going to get a whole lot better with the off the count, but that literally just came in right before we came on. And the only reason why I found that out is because a good friend of mine from FAMU actually spoke very highly of him. She was actually a guest on one of his segments, as he did a lot of human interest and humanitarian pieces. So but we'll be back with another one of those. We'll be back with another show and acknowledging anyone that has transitioned. So I guess let's pull a question. And then we're going to close it out for today, y'all. Because y'all, it's still early. It's our date night. It's still kind of early. So we got a couple of things. I'm going to pick a new one. Amen. Nobody's reading that.
You know what?
Mutual.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. Okay. There's a few of those in there, so I'm going to tell you that.
Y'all, I can't read that on camera, but mutual. Mutual is my favorite.
That batch is chock full of goodies.
They are inappropriate for screen time.
That words?
Yeah. What do you want your last words to be? Oh, y'all, that is a strong one.
Okay, what do you want your last words to be?
That was mine and him. I have appropriate ones.
My last words to be. I don't know. I want to be something cool though. I mean, it depends on how I'm going. Am I going to like a hospital bed? Am I going?
I think that's your words kind of can you can choose that. I'm gonna do one more. Maybe I get a decent one. I'm choosing the safe one. I'm choosing the safe. I ain't choosing the spicy pinks, y'all. The pinks are spicy. Oh, this is a good one. It says, "What do I do now that I didn't before that you like?" You smile more. You definitely smile more. And like I said, I felt like for a long time, for a good 6-7 months, I felt like you felt like, smiling was a weakness. And I literally felt that from you. But I love that you smile a lot. But they don't vote. Yeah, somebody else don't vote either. But they was excited. When I tell y'all, I thought he was watching the game back there. I was like, dang, I thought the Giants already played and the Yankees are out, so he must. What's going on? He had the thing turned on. It was it was on this. It was all glowing. I said, Lord have mercy. He just wants anything to cheer on, just anything to watch. It's kind of sad.
Okay, this should have been picked like this morning. Where's the first place
you want to go today? And when I wrote that, I said, I bet we gonna end up. He gonna end up midnight. Do that at night. Yeah. So what's the first place you want to go? You want to go today? Because you know what's funny? Because again, we were supposed to do our walk this morning, but like I said, other things took precedent.
Okay, I got a couple of answers for that.
Wait, you want to go today?
No.
Which one?
For
what's the word? Your last word to me?
I got a couple of answers.
Okay.
You know, because I remember you asked me, one of the questions was, I think you just asked me this. We was in the car. Where was we? I think, where we go? You asked me, how do I want to go?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, Warrior's death.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So, forget my Warrior's death. Last thing you want to do is bring the pain.
Bring the pain?
Bring the pain. Bring it. POD, all day, every day. No. Pain over death.
No.
What?
No.
Absolutely. Bring it.
This guy. This guy. Mm-mm.
And then if I'm on a hospital bed, it's just like, hey, pass me a Pepsi.
Pass you. You want your last words to be pass you a Pepsi.
Pass me a Pepsi.
Yeah. Sometimes I really be thinking we have so much. We've gone.
I'm about to go. Just give me what I want. Pass me a Pepsi.
You know what? I was hoping it would be. I love you, Courtney.
Well, if I'm about to go, I already said all those things.
No, your last words, like the fact that this was the last.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
From your lips.
The last thing coming from this probably gonna be like,
But I'm saying you could choose your last words. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not with choosing it. It's like that. It sets the tone. I gotta go.
Set the tone for what?
It sets the tone. Like to say that. That's what does that mean? That could mean that it was a peaceful. It was in bed. We were together.
You said peaceful. What did you tell me a couple probably like earlier this week or last week?
What?
That I never take the what you call the path of least resistance.
I don't know, but I don't remember saying that.
That's what you said. That was your exact words. You never take the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it your way, hard or not. You're gonna do it that way.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that conversation.
I remember that conversation.
But yes, that's what I would love. I would love to be able to, like my last words. I want to be able to again. I want to be able to say to my great grands. Great Grammy loves you. Great Grand Pumpkin, she loves you so much, and I want to be able to look at all of my babies.
You said pumpkin?
Yeah, I'm pumpkin. I'm Granny Pumpkin. Pumpkin Granny.
Your kids not calling you pumpkin.
They might.
I'm not gonna allow them.
Anyway, you're gonna be gone with your Pepsi. Yeah. I want to look at all my babies, and I want to be able to tell them. I want to be able to call them all by name. I want to be able to call them all by name and tell them I love them. So I sometimes I just be really wanting something a little bit more sentimental from you, and like you will never give that to me. So, Lord have mercy.
Well,
one of these days,
my death, so I'm gonna go with my sword in my hand.
No, the sword is your hand. This is your sword. That's what you.
Either way,
even with
bring it.
But still, I mean, that's still your last moment. I don't want. I wouldn't want that for you.
Cause see, I think our definitions of good deaths is different.
It is. Probably is.
You want to go peaceful and
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's no.
I don't know why you would not. No, and I don't know why would you want to?
Because like that's to me that's a good death. It is. I'm gonna go with my sword in my hand.
But that's what I said. This is your sword. Then what is it?
I don't want to go in no hospital bed sick.
But you just said okay. But you the one that said that.
I'm saying there's probably
that's what I'm saying. Your last words. You can choose what you want it to be. You can use what you want it to be. You the one that said a hospital bed.
Yeah, because
nobody said that.
Because that's that could happen.
It can also happen where it's just the morning of. You wake up and that's your last breath. Yeah, and you know that's it.
And you know the last thing. No. And then that's it.
But it don't have to be. That's what I'm saying, because you're choosing your last words. So with you choosing your last words, you're choosing.
Well, I gave 2 scenarios.
The scenario.
So if I know
you're
I'm going,
choosing the hospital bed. That's what you.
So I get to choose how I'm going.
If you're choosing your last words, you said this here.
I'm going in battle. I'm going out with my soul.
Good. And all right, y'all. Until next time. This saga continues. If you get the soda, you can't drink. Thank you, Naima. Thank you. Y'all, until next time, y'all know what to do. Definitely make sure to support. Hit the Cash App. Visit the website, decoloredonly.cafe. And then, of course, we P4R.today, where we are follow our journey building this village and what that entails. Looking forward to our next meeting.
Make sure you put your shirt size with your donation.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Very true. Important. Very true.
I don't want you to be extra large and I send you a small.
Yeah, we do have some smalls left.